Grandstand Bettors here with 32 NFL season previews in 32 days, and today is day 32. We finally look at our last NFL team, the LA Rams. As always, guys, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our season-long NFL free picks. And while you're at it, smash that like button for finally being finished with 32 NFL season previews and being only about a week away from that NFL season starting. Before we get into the Rams season preview, just a reminder, we're giving away $1,000 over at grandstandbettors.com in our NFL betting contest this year. The link is below in the description, so head on over to grandstandbettors.com, get signed up for this free contest, and who knows, maybe you'll be taking home the grand prize of $1,000 this NFL season. While you're over at grandstandbettors.com, go ahead, become part of our family, and start living that grandstand life. Without further ado, though, let's dive in to the Rams season preview, and to do so, we need to take a quick look at their 2020 season. So the LA Rams had another very good season last year, finishing with a 10-6 record and making it to the NFC divisional round, where they did lose to the Packers 32-18. They really made over-bettors last season sweat, as they had 9 wins through Week 14, then proceeded to lose to the Seahawks and the Jets before winning in Week 17 against the Cardinals and hitting the over. Now, their defense was spectacular last season, led by All-Pro cornerback Jalen Ramsey and All-Pro defensive lineman Aaron Donald. They ranked first in pass defense, third in rush defense, and first in points given up per game. If their offense was able to maintain any sort of consistency throughout the season, this team could have very well been back to the Super Bowl. Jared Goff was the main reason their offense really struggled and staggered last season. He only had 20 touchdowns, 13 interceptions in 15 games before a hand injury let him get sidelined for the last couple of weeks of the season. Now, he did manage to play in the playoffs, and he did play well, but overall, not able to put together a season like in 2018 when they did make the Super Bowl. Regardless, their offense definitely needed some minor changes to pair with their top-notch defense if they look to make a Super Bowl run this season. They only ranked 13th in passing and 10th in rushing, which is good, but you need to do a little bit better if you want to make it farther in the playoffs. Now, this offseason, though, they made a few changes that should really help their offense and put pieces together. The first and most obvious acquisition to highlight was the quarterback swap with the Detroit Lions. We briefly got into a debate of whether Jared Goff or Matthew Stafford was the better quarterback, but in our opinion, it is Stafford. So we do like this move here. Stafford has consistently put up great numbers despite not having a cast of supporting characters, not having a good defense, and not having a talented coaching staff. In LA, he has all these things, and we think he's going to do very well this season. They also brought in to help him veteran wide receiver Deshaun Jackson from the Eagles as a replacement for Josh Reynolds, who went to the Titans. He's going to pair nicely with Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods, making this an even more dangerous wide receiver group than before. They lost running back Malcolm Brown to free agency, giving Darrell Henderson Jr. the starting job for now, but he's most likely going to split time with Sony Michel, who they brought over from the Patriots. At tight end, they did lose Gerald Everett to the Seahawks, so they're going to look at Tyler Higbee to step up and put solid numbers as he did last season. Defensively, as we mentioned, they do have one of the best units in the league, but they did lose several players in free agency. Cornerback Troy Hill and safety John Johnson both went to the Browns. They lost defensive lineman Michael Brockers to the Lions and Morgan Fox to the Panthers, and edge rusher Samson Ebukam to the 49ers. Now, the only players they brought back in were 2 cornerbacks, one from the Titans and one from the Falcons, which we only will probably see both of them as backups or not even at all. The starting 11 is still more or less intact, so don't expect a level of play to really diminish here, but their depth isn't as strong as it used to be. Looking at their draft picks, the Rams were one of a couple teams that didn't have any first-round draft picks, so they made their first pick in the second round, where they took Tutu Atwell out of Louisville. He'll be a backup for sure, given the depth that they already have at that position, but we think that they kind of missed out on some better players that they could have gotten with this pick. Honestly, when you have your first draft pick at 57. You just do the best you can. In their next pick, the Rams took Ernest Jones, linebacker of South Carolina University. Another case where they drafted at a position that they already have a lot of depth at, so we don't expect to see much of him this season. And with the next two picks, which both came in the 4th round, they drafted Bobby Brown out of Texas A&M and quarterback Robert Rochelle out of Central Arkansas. Similar situation here with their last two picks. Really just keep getting depth. A lot of guys they drafted are going to be on the practice squad, so we're not really going to go through them. But to sum things up, when you have a good team and no first-round draft picks, it's tough to really do anything with those picks, and that's exactly what the case was this year with the Rams. Now, let's get into their schedule. They have the 10th hardest schedule, and their over-under is set at 10.5 this season. In our opinion, watch out for the Rams this year. They probably, in our minds, are going to be the last undefeated team in the NFL, potentially even hold out maybe till Week 9 or Week 10. In their divisional games, we have them going 4-2, and in the rest of the NFC matchups, we have them losing to Green Bay, beating the Bears, Vikings, Lions, Bucks, and Giants. For the games against AFC opponents, we also have them going 4-1, losing to either the Ravens or the Titans, and sweeping the rest of the AFC South division. This gives them about 13 wins on the season, so we definitely like the over 10.5 here. So officially, we're going to go best bet Rams season total over 10.5. Rams fans, what do you think your team's going to do this season? Put your comments in the comment section below and let us know, are they going over or under the season win total of 10.5? Let us know below. We'll see how the season plays out. But for those of us here at Grandstand Bettors, it has been a long 32 days. Oh man, we are finally done. The NFL season is just 1 week away until the Thursday night game kicks off. We're so excited. Make sure you hit that subscribe button for all of our free NFL picks. Make sure you sign up for our $1,000 betting contest. It's absolutely free. Head on over to grandstandbettors.com. Get signed up for that because you cannot join that after Thursday, September 12th. So, without further ado, that's it for us here at Grandstand Bettors. As always, sit back, relax, enjoy your week off until the NFL kicks off, and we'll see you next week.